Okay, there we go. Welcome, everybody, to Great Crossing High School in beautiful Georgetown, Kentucky. I'm Cal Oaks with Derek Varney, and we are here to tip off the high school basketball season. Well, a week ago, I was here with y'all for that Great Crossing North Laurel scrimmage, but this is opening night regular season style, and we'll get right to it. It's the Battle of the Birds, girls, Great Crossing, Scott County. The one we wait for all year, and we don't have to wait for it. We got it right here tonight. Warhawks, it's a new regime, Derek. They've got a guy that we both know pretty well, a guy that you've known for a long time, Matt Walls. He's very closely identified with the other side of this rivalry. What is he going to bring to the Kelly Green and Navy Blue that's going to up their program to the next level?
Cal, I tell you, I love Matt Walls. Always have. I loved watching his playing career, watched him when he was at Marshall, watched him as a player at Georgetown College, and I think he's going to bring just that, his competitive nature. The guy loves to win. He's going to give everything he has to these girls every single day, not only here in the games, but more than anything in practice. And Matt just, loves the game of basketball. He was did a good job with Coach Page on the boys' side, and now he's going to, and he came over and the cupboard wasn't bare.
No, and not only that, he brought Dudley Mattingly along for the ride. I mean, there's a guy, a 40-plus year veteran of the bench wars here in Scott County, and he will bring a lot to that program as well. You're right that the cupboard's not bare. 3 4-year starters. You're talking a senior that can shoot the lights out in Rachel Smith. Her career has been affected by concussions pretty badly. She's missed parts of 3 different seasons, but she is healthy and getting a lot of attention from the small college level in terms of recruiting. And then you've got Reagan Barrett, who I thought really came on strong at the end of last season in the low post. She had a huge tournament in the 41st district, really became someone they could get the ball inside to and count on. And not only that, she's a great free throw shooter. And then you got Ava Skierman, who is just a hard-nosed competitor, does everything well, just rebounding, scoring, defense. She will get after it, and that's going to be the kind of player that Matt Walls is going to love.
Absolutely, and Ava Skierman, as we always say, they don't need to mop up the floors after she plays because she's all over the floor, and she's gonna be the aggressor and just absolutely get after it every single play. And Reagan Barrett, we've seen Cal over the last couple of years. She's always been 3rd, maybe 4th option the whole time she's on the floor. I think it's going to change a little bit. I like her shooting touch, her footwork. I've always said if she exerted, seems like she played with I am the 3rd and 4th option instead of, hey, get me the ball. And hopefully she's kind of changed, and Coach Walls has maybe changed her attitude on that.
Yeah, she's a 6-footer that can move, and that's a weapon at this level, and that's something you've got to take advantage of. This program, for whatever reason, all those girls, and Olivia Tierney is also a 3rd-year starter. They've been through the battles. They've got experience, but for whatever reason, the program didn't make that trajectory, didn't take that next step. In fact, last year's record, 14-15, really not indicative of the talent that they had, and I think that's got to be the optimistic side of things. As you said, the cupboard is not bare. And Matt Wall is going to bring some new ideas, and this team may be ready to take off.
Yeah, and these girls are tried and true. I mean, they've been through it. They've had good players around them. I like the combination of Tierney and Smith because I used to always say when they are in the gym, they're open. They're gonna let the 3 go. And I'm just anxious to see again when you have a new regime with Coach Walls, Coach Mattingly. Anxious to see how they do. And what the best part of what we get tonight is, as you said, the Battle of the Birds early.
The Battle of the Birds early, and not to be outdone, we talked about 3 and 4-year veterans. How about a 6-year veteran in Tyra Young? Tyra Young is a senior. We've talked about her on the air many times. She gets the most out of her ability. She will not get cheated out there. She plays hard whenever she's on the court, and is somebody that's A, got to stay healthy, and B, got to contribute and got to be a leader in just about every statistical area in order for Coach Steve Helton's team to succeed this year.
You know what I think she takes? It's almost identical to Kennedy Tompkins. She's going to take that role, and she's going to be counted on a lot. She's very physical. She plays hard. If you're in her way, I feel sorry for you because she's going to get to the bucket. And again, she's going to be very much counted on for not only scoring but rebounding and ball handling. So, with all that being said, no pressure at all.
Malia Moore, a fourth-year contributor, I think she is one of those players that reclassified, so she may only be a sophomore for these Cards, and really has been part of Steve Helton's program for a long time. Seeing her game gradually improve, she became a three-point shooting threat, certainly evolved as one last year. I think she's going to have to take her game to the next level as well. And then you look elsewhere on this roster, Kelsey Hall had a great soccer season. She's a veteran on this basketball team, but not a lot of veterans. He had a couple of eighth graders play a lot of time last year, Kirsten Young and Belle Banner, and you're going to see those two get a lot of minutes as freshmen, and they're going to have to step up into an increased role.
Absolutely. When you, a lot of times you don't know if that's good or bad. Do you want to have to play a lot of underclassmen? Well, if they can contribute, and if they've been in the system a couple years, then that's not a bad thing. And hopefully the future is bright for Coach Helton. They're going to play hard. They're going to press. They're going to do their play the Coach Helton way.
Yeah, I think he feels energized by the fact that there's not a lot of expectations for this team. They were nowhere to be seen as far as the top 10 forecast in the region, the 11th region. Nobody mentioned as a player to watch. He knows they're young, but I think he feels like they're kind of malleable, they're coachable, they're teachable, and that's something he hasn't always had over the years. So he's excited about it. We got the national anthem. We'll be back with you on the other side with starting lineups.
Turn me up just a tall. I got you. Be careful with that lens. I saw it. I saw it. Come on.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Great Crossing High School.
Welcome back, Cal Oaks, Herrick Varney. Battle of the Birds, girls basketball about to get underway. Your starting lineups. Scott County being introduced. We mentioned Malia Moore. She is a guard. 22, Kelsey Hall, also in that backcourt. Tyra Young, number 35. She'll be counted on to do a little bit of everything. Kirsten Young, no relation, number 4. Freshman, brings some height to the middle. Have to grab some rebounds for sure for these Cardinals. And Demaya Summers, number 34, second-generation player for Coach Steve Helton. And he's excited about her development coming over from Great Crossing, where she played last year on the JV.
They're going to play hard, as before mentioned, Cal. They're going to get after it, and they're going to give Great Crossing everything they have.
No doubt about it. For Great Crossing, Rachel Smith, senior. Ava Skierman, junior. Reagan Barrett, senior. Olivia Tierney, junior. And the sophomore, Meredith Turner, star on the soccer team. Multi-sport standout will be she'll replace Timmy Williams in the starting lineup. Nobody's going to replace Timmy as far as heart and soul and point production. She was a 1,000-point scorer.
And I think that there's a lot of speed that comes out of the lineup when you replace Timmy Williams. I mean, she absolutely could get up and down the floor.
Yeah, I mean, and Coach Matt Walls, what he knows is what he knows and what he's going to do. He told me, expect the Billy Hicks style. You can't call it red heat anymore. You can call it the green wave. You can call it the blue flame, whatever you want. And it will be that style of basketball.
Well, I think with Scott County's lack of size, you have to do something different, Cal, and you have to see if when the team's bigger than you, can they get up and down the floor. You got to make them get up and down the floor and get in and try to get some easy transition buckets.
We are just about set to get underway here as lineups have been introduced, and we're shipping up to Boston. Going to be a good season. We've got some 20-plus games coming at you. Don't miss just this coming weekend, doubleheader night Saturday, as we will wrap up the Jersey Mike's Classic with both boys teams. As Great Crossing wins the tip, and we are underway.
Cal, don't threaten me with a good time with all this basketball coming up, man. It's we always say March is our favorite time of year, but you know what? Getting started.
Yeah, December,
oh my goodness.
December's a close second because, man, I looked at the schedule and Great Crossing's in a tournament seemingly every weekend. So is Scott County. They're all over the place, playing good competition, and it's just going to be a ball.
Well, that's what happens. You get rewarded with that, or some people say you might not get rewarded with having a good program. Is you want to go, before Christmas and over Christmas, and let your kids experience good basketball, good atmosphere.
Test yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yep, exactly right.
Warhawks get it started with a three from Meredith Turner. From the right corner is Rachel Smith. She likes to take that three usually, but she gave it up.
Absolutely. Good inbounds play right back to Rachel Smith, and she knocks it down, and they immediately jump into a full court press.
Judging from what we saw in the JV contest, as Rachel Smith gets the steal,
Good
that's where
pass.
it's going to be. Kelsey Hall is down. They're going to get called for the travel, and Hall limping, slowly getting to her feet.
Oh, hate seeing that.
This is not a team with a ton of depth. Checking in will be Allison Mosby. She was the star of the JV game. She scored 9 for the Lady Cards. Great Crossing won that by a running clock.
I feel sorry for her. That's 22 seconds in the game. You go down with an injury.
It's a rough way to start your senior season.
It really is.
As we said, the leading scorer on the soccer team for Scott County. They break the press. Summers gets it blocked partially by Smith. It gets knocked out of bounds. Will stay with the Cards. 3-0, 30 seconds in. Great Crossing on top. Tyra Young will inbound it from underneath the basket.
Great Crossing goes straight man-to-man, out of bounds under. Usually you see majority of the teams zone out of bounds under. I like that in Coach Walls.
Malia Moore with the drive, the flick of the wrist. It's no good. A scramble on the floor on the baseline. It will stay with Scott County as Allison Mosby went down to go get it. Young will inbound again. Looking. Summers trying to cut to get open. Now she'll find Mosby. Just barely gets it to Moore, does Mosby. At the foul line, extended Kirsten Young. Drops it off to Tyra Young. Tyra Young loses the ball, but picking it up is Mosby. And now Kirsten Young kicks it out for a deep three. Back rim, no good for Moore. Young chases it down in the corner.
Good pass.
That is what a dish from Tyra to Mosby, but she couldn't get the finish. Rebound comes down to Rachel Smith. Up quickly ahead to Tierney, who drops it off for the short baseline jumper. And you mentioned Reagan Barrett. There it is.
I'm telling you, soft touch. She kept the ball high when she caught it, and she's hitting the shots that that she should hit close to the basket there. And I love her footwork. She's always in the right spot.
5-zip. Warhawks on top. Tyra Young looking, finds Mosby. Closely guarded by Turner. They trap her. Skierman with the steal.
And one.
And the foul for Mosby. Ava's going to go to the line to try to make it a three-point play. And 81 seconds into this one, the Warhawks are on top by a football score of 7-0.
Kyle, I tell you, you're in pretty good shape when you have Ava Skierman at the top of your press because she's going to make things happen. And normally she's going to make things happen positive. Now, she's going to give up some fouls. She's going to make some mistakes. But that's who you want at the top of your press because she just gets after it.
She is just all effort.
She really is.
I have never taken a picture of Ava Skierman where she was just, her face wasn't contorted. It's
yes.
Just effort, just all out. Stress and strain of the contest as she makes the three-point play to make it 8-0, and a little touch foul there on Turner trying to guard Moore in the backcourt.
And it's obvious here from the beginning that they're going to make Scott County really handle the ball and try to do something against the press.
8-zip. Great Crossing has gotten away quickly in this one. Scott County having trouble scoring inside. They've had most of the shots they wanted. They've only given it away once.
They got them good. That's good. They got them spread out good on the offensive end here. They just need to be able to score and get into the lane. I mean, that's all you can do against this tough man-to-man pressure that Great Crossing is providing.
Kirsten Young dribbles it to the rack and gets fouled. She will try to break the drought here at 6:24 in the first quarter, 8-0. Steve Helton in his 23rd season standing on the in front of the Scott County bench. Close to 500 wins, appearance in the state final.
Yeah, his record's nothing to sneeze at. I'll tell you that. I mean, he's puts his heart and soul into those girls, and he has. I mean, 23 years. My goodness.
In and out, both free throws. Turner with the rebound. Cards just can't get on the board at this point. Skierman now, right corner, drives the baseline. Stepped on the baseline. It will go to Scott County.
That's that. If you notice, all basketball has gone to that baseline drive, throw to the opposite corner.
That's what it is.
It is. It really is.
What they see on TV is what they try to bring to this level. Skierman with the steal as they just have arms and hands all over the place. Does the team in white.
Yeah, Scott County's having trouble advancing the ball because they're trying to dribble through it to beat it when you got to advance the ball up the floor.
Scott County is getting beaten at the game that it has played forever and a day.
That's exactly right.
Inbound from Smith to Skierman. Got it knocked away briefly by Tyra Young, but Skierman picks it up. Dribble across the timeline. Guarded by Young. Bounces it into Barrett. Good hands for Barrett, and she gets fouled by Kirsten Young.
They do have a little game plan there for Barrett. They're doubling down when she catches it, and she's a good enough passer that she does. Again, she keeps the ball high and she kicks it right back out to the shooters.
It's different, but it's going to be an inside-out game like the boys play with Malachi. Obviously,
exactly.
She's a foot shorter, but she is still a weapon in there with soft hands and the ability to find the open person.
You can tell a lot of times that in past years that Reagan was looking and kind of hesitating. Now she's just reacting and playing.
Hawks turned it over, and there is another foul in the backcourt on Skierman as Tyra Young was trying to force her way across the half-court stripe. Foul's already 3-1, and we are just barely 2 minutes into this one.
And when she tries to force her way, she's going to get there.
She is going to assert
She is
her
going
will.
to get there.
As we said, missed a big chunk of last season with a pulled quadriceps.
There's what you get with Ava. You're gonna get a couple of those.
Ava quickly has gotten herself into foul trouble. I believe that's 3. Is that 3 or 2 or 3?
That's an important, district region game. She's going to realize how important she is, and fouling, that far away from in the back court is just not worth it.
Ava will take a seat. Kaylee Ray in the pink sneakers will replace her.
The pink sneaks.
Similar to, I think Vince Dawson had some pink sneaks in the boys' game.
Yep.
Drive and the floater off the glass, no good for Moore. Rebounded by Ray, finds Smith. Smith, long pass intercepted by Tyra Young. 3-on-3.
Good pass.
Young to Moore through her fingertips. Moore trapped in the corner by Tierney. Gets it to Young in a crowd. Now to the other Young, Kirsten.
The law office of Young and Young.
Young, and Mosby and Moore playing fast right now as they try to navigate this pressure both in the full court and the half court. Summers, closely guarded by Chapel Brown, who checked in for Skierman, intercepted by Reagan Barrett. Back come the Warhawks, nursing an 8-0 lead.
Also notice the shape that Reagan Barrett is in. There's less of Reagan Barrett. She's got her body in shape, and as you see right there, it's a screen and roll, beautiful.
Pick and roll from Rachel Smith. Reagan Barrett
textbook
10-0, and you are right. She is primed for a big senior season. Timeout on the floor. 4:42 remaining first quarter. It has been all Warhawks to this point. 10-0. Don't forget Saturday night, we mentioned it. Scott County right here at 5:45 in the Jersey Mike's Classic. The boys will play Louisville Eastern. And then at 7:30, all of these are time approximate because it's an all-day event. But Great Crossing will be taking on Ashland in a top 10 battle. Blazer coming in with a new head coach. Not really sure what we're going to get there, but they are talented, and it's going to be a test for the Warhawks.
Well, that whole evening right there, Scott County with the name across their jersey, and Louisville Eastern from the past. Even a bad Louisville Eastern is a good Central Kentucky team. I mean,
it's just like football scrimmages them. McKee scrimmaged them every year for
yes.
I don't know how many years now, 15, 20, because he just knows what he's going to get out of them. There's a steal by Barrett. She'll drive it to the rack and get fouled and go to the line to try to get 2 more.
She put the ball on the floor after the steal and went straight to the rack.
She has the handle.
Good for her.
She has the handles of a guard, which is a good thing from your big player.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of the devil, he is wandering up the stairs as we speak.
Santa Claus-esque.
Trying to get on he's not wearing his hat this year, or at least tonight. He's going to take a seat next to D.T. Wells, Jim McKee, ladies and gentlemen.
So everything's figured out now, right? Those two.
That's a meeting of the minds right
Yes,
there.
sir.
Reagan Barrett has 6 points. She is 2 for 2 from the line, shot north of 80% last year. Falling down is Hall again. And
There's
she is
another ankle
struggling
injury.
physically. Yeah, they tried to put her back in the game, but I think she just collapsed there basically.
It's the same ankle.
She is trying valiantly to make a go of it. But right now, it's just not going to happen. It turned into another turnover and another foul, and Chapel Brown going to the line. Trainer Dan Volpe out there to check on Kelsey Hall, but I don't think she's going to be able to make a goal that time, which is a shame. You want to play in this game as much as any when you're a senior. And she got to her own feet and kind of helped herself off the floor the first time. This time, Steve Helton and Dan Volpe both
and probably did.
Around Kelsey.
I'd be willing to bet she probably did not have an injury in soccer, which is a lot more aggressive.
I'm telling you what, you got knees and ankles and shins and fingers and everything else exposed. And she did not have an injury in soccer and was in the best shape of her life and really had a great season.
Prayers with that young lady. She can speedy recovery here and can come back.
Nice kid for sure.
Wow.
And we wish her all the best. But that looks like it could be an evening-ending injury at the very least. Chapel Brown makes the first free throw. This is a good free throw shooting team. I jinxed her there. She missed the second. But last year, Warhawks are one of the best in the state, well into the 70% threshold. 13 zip. Baker's dozen. Steal by Ray. 3-on-2. Ray's going to dribble right through it or try to get it taken away by Kirsten Young. Back come the guards. More to Tyra Young, guarded by Ray. Ray is a bundle of energy. When she
really is. She's
kind of like a Tyra Young on the Warhawks side. She will give you all.
I think we got a little with Ray. I think we got a little Timmy Williams 2.0 here, maybe.
Yeah, she's
the speed.
She's wearing her number
yes.
for one thing, and she just has the same mentality. It likes to go to that rim at all costs.
Good hands, very aggressive.
Kind of paid her dues on this team. As we said, there hasn't been a lot of upward mobility because this starting five has been pretty much intact for a while, with the exception of Turner joining it this year. You have a 3-year starter and 3 4-year starters, and Kaylee has kind of come off the bench.
See Scott County get a bucket here.
Diamond Purcell with it. Gets it to Moore. Moore hasn't been able to get on track. She is double teamed.
Yep, you see Matt Walls. Matt Walls has him trapping and.
Steal by Olivia Tierney. She'll get hacked by Moore and go to the line and try to earn it the hard way. That was got her money's worth with that.
I was going to say, you used the word hack, and it was pretty nice.
Both teams closing in on the bonus situation, and we've got 3:49 to play in the first quarter. In fact, the next foul will be a 1-and-1 for the Warhawks. The Cards have to get a couple more before they're in that situation. Olivia Tierney. Good as gold on the first.
You know, I've noticed as you're talking about the Great Crossings free throws, they all have good form, good technique. You know, free throws is they're nothing but a routine, and they all have, you know, they take their time. Good follow through. I mean, I obviously missed that one, but I'm just noticing.
Barrett tears down the rebound and looks for Tierney, misses the layup. Barrett going after it hard, and she'll get called for the foul as she went up with Kirsten Young.
I don't know about that, but.
Yeah, that looked like pretty good position for number 32, but she.
That over the back call has changed a lot, as it should. They don't call it just because you're behind somebody now.
Right. It has to be a push.
Yes, it does.
Or contact.
And that's what it's called now.
There's no. Say there really is no such thing as over the back.
Right,
Any
it's push.
Will tell you that. That half court trap is getting it done as Kaylee Ray ties up.
Yeah, there's Kaylee Ray again. If there's a tussle and a scrap, she's in the middle of it.
She wants to be in it. So you've got Ray Smith, Olivia Tierney, Kennedy Harrison has checked in, and Chapel Brown for the Warhawks. You've got Kirsten Young, Nemaya Summers, Belle Banner, Diamond Purcell, and Addison Paul for the Cards. And we've got another foul, and this is going to be we're in the bonus situation now, as both teams had 6 fouls before that whistle.
Now
that was an offensive foul, so we're not going to have shots here.
Oh, I didn't know what that was because I thought he called her when she lost the ball. He said
Yeah, I thought he was going to call it a kick or something.
I did too, but I mean, she lost her own dribble, so that's what I didn't get. Okay, anyway.
There have been an awful lot of whistles in
Right.
4.5 minutes here. 14-0 your score.
But there's a lot of pressure by Great Crossing. That's what the whistles are for.
Summers bumped by Ray. Every contact is a foul right now, folks. And I don't know if it's a point of emphasis thing or what.
Right.
It's going to be hard to watch as the season goes on if everything is done like this. Turner checking back in for Ray, who just committed her third foul. We talked about she loves the tussle. She found it 3 times. Probably won't see her for the rest of the half.
Right. She and Ava will put some pressure on you, then, and there's going to come fouls with it.
Maya Summers gets the cards on the board. She'll have another as it's a 1 and the bonus.
14-1 here, Cal.
The Cards have broken the spell. Off the schneid.
Off the schneid.
Summers 2 for 2 at the line. It is 14-2.
See if the Cards can get a little stop and get a little run going here.
Turner was going to drop it off to Smith, picked it up instead. Now she will reset the offense, finds Olivia Tierney. We'll see some of Claire Tierney tonight, I'm sure. She was a star in the JV game with the team, a game high, 19 points. Smith foul line jumper.
That's beautiful right there. That's textbook. Screen comes off of it. She was tight coming off the screen, and she got a beautiful jumper at the foul line.
And I like it when Smith gets inside the arc and takes some 2-point jumpers. I liked it from Gage Richardson the other night, too, in the boys' game.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
There's a steal from Tierney, gets it to Harrison, who resets it to Smith, and it is all Great Crossing. Smith is a determined and relentless 3-point shooter. She gives it up for Chapel Brown, who misses in and out, but the rebound for Kennedy Harrison, and that's going to be a key. Harrison is a great rebounder. If she can get her offensive game developed, she is going to be a weapon for this team.
And I believe, do I remember Harrison starting a little bit last year?
She had to, I think, when Reagan was sick.
That's
around
right.
Christmas time, and she had a huge Christmas tournament over at Bourbon County.
Yes, that's right. Rebound came off. She kept it high, nice, and put it right back in instead of bringing it down, which a lot of I say kids, a lot of high school kids, they'll catch it and bring it down and get the ball stripped from them. She kept it high and put it back in.
You know, I think the key there is learn how to use the window. It's
it
there
is
for a reason.
It is exactly right.
That little square, rectangle, whatever you want to call it, is if you bounce it off that, it's going to go in 99.9% of the time.
With the kiss.
Exactly. Don't be afraid. There's no shame in it, especially on a layup.
That's right.
I think we think you got to, you see a jumper going like that. Oh, you didn't call bank. Well,
right.
Shooting inside's a different story. Tierney with a little reverse layup miss, but scramble on the floor. Now it's a tie-up. Micaiah Jackson is checked in. Steve Helton rightfully calls her maybe the best athlete on the team.
She really is. She as far as softball, she can do anything.
Volleyball, she's
yes.
going to be a force there as well. 3-sport standout as a freshman. She has started in softball since 7th grade. They break the pressure to the Cards after the turnover, after the tie-up. Rebound Summers, but traveled.
Yep, good call.
18-4, 2:03 to play first quarter. Warhawks on top here at home, where they're going to play their first 7 games of the season. That's probably unless they get to the finals of the Billy Hicks Classic, and I think that's all going to be over at Scott County. In Georgetown is where they will be anyway. And there was an extended shot from the right elbow just inside the arc by Chapel Brown, and she's another one. If she can step her game up over the past couple of years, this is going to be a dangerous Warhawks team.
It really is. Yeah, Chapel right there. She faked the handoff and turned, squared her body, squared her feet, and knocked it down. Beautiful shot.
Chapel had 10 points in the JV game, and about the time you could blink and cough, and then she didn't really play much after that, as I think they realized it was kind of an unfair fight. She is, by all rights, would start varsity for almost anybody else. There's a steal by Kirsten Young. Drops it off to Allison Mosby. The drive was kind of wild, but she got bailed out by the foul.
Yeah. Really nice aggressive drive right there.
Now they're going to get Turner for the foul, and that's the 10th on the Warhawks. So double bonus for the final 9 minutes and 26 seconds of the first half for Scott County. So that's one thing the Cards have going for them, which is nice. Well,
what you're going to get, and I love this about Coach Helton's teams, They're down 16 points in the first quarter right now, but every possession on the offensive end, they've tried their hardest. They've gone at the bucket. They're just not knocking shots down, and it's because of the pressure and the length and the size of the Great Crossing ladies.
Mosby misses the first free throw. She'll get another. As we said, all be 2 shots, shooting or not, the rest of the half. Makes the second.
Nice touch.
All the points have been from the line for SC. 20-5, your score. Diving after the loose ball on the baseline, saving it to Rachel Smith. She was standing on the line, missed it. Up, strong. First Barrett, now Harrison. The foul's going to be on the floor, they said.
Got the Twin Towers in right now?
They do.
Yes, they do.
6 feet, 6 feet. Harrison's going to go to the line. It's going to be a 1-on-1, as they said.
There's going to be nights, Cal, and deep in the season where they're going to look up and they're going to have to go to the line up there, especially if if you're
playing at Franklin County.
You're exactly right.
Physical battle.
It's going to be physical. You're going to need the girls down there to really rebound and block out and be big.
Harrison misses. Kirsten Young rebound, finds Mosby. Gets it back to Young. Allison Mosby, good head fake, drive, up and under, no good. Coming down with a rebound, Rachel Smith.
Mosby's getting there. She's had several shots in the lane, but bless her heart, she just can't get one to fall.
It runs in the family. They're not afraid to shoot.
Right.
And we will be shooting 1-on-1 at the other end, as it will be Smith who got the defensive carom and got fouled. 18 total fouls in just over 7 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Submitted without comment.
I was going to say, kind of why this quarter's taking a little while.
Miss, rebound Harrison. Just reaches over everyone, but tried to get rid of it and got it taken away.
Good steal.
By Addison Paul. Looked like a double dribble. Didn't get called there.
Did not get called.
As Young gets it to Mosby. Finds Banner. Banner off balance shot. Rebounded by Tierney. An air ball. And now Smith probably will pull it up for one shot, although Tierney has other ideas.
Good
Drive
pass.
and dish to Harrison off the glass and in. Kennedy Harrison with 4, 22-5, and the balance is striking right now. They've had 7 different players score in this opening quarter. What are they going to get here? We know it's a foul.
They're going to call on, was that
Kennedy Harrison? Nope, 32, Barrett.
That was Barrett, yeah.
Going to get her for the stiff arm, I guess.
I'm telling you, Reagan looks so
Forearm
different,
shiver.
Cal. She
I know,
looks
it's
so
not-
different that it's tough to pick her out.
It is totally night and day. It's just someone that's obviously worked hard in the offseason.
Oh, that just says to me right there, hey, I'm
This
ready.
is my last ride.
Right, I'm ready. I'm going to get my body ready.
Missing the free throw, she'll get another is Paul. We'll see our first of Adriana Brown, as sitting down with 2 fouls is Barrett. So Matt Wall's got to negotiate some foul trouble in his debut here.
Yeah.
Missed both. Kirsten Young, rebound blocked by Harrison.
Look at that
Rebound by
outlet.
Harrison.
Great
to
outlet.
Tierney, 3-on-2. Tierney to the hole. No good. Rebound comes down to Jackson. 4
Beautiful
seconds
outlet
free.
pass by Harrison. You don't see that. You don't see that with the guys, much less with the ladies when they she catches a rebound, keeps it high, and just snaps a pass out
You know
there.
who we saw that from the other night about 10 times was Reed Shepard.
Yes, absolutely. And
that guy is the king of the outlet. Michael Marino has
He-
done that pretty well in
yes.
his career.
yes,
Kirsten Young, no, she's got to get rid of it. Misses everything at the horn. The first quarter comes to a merciful end at 22-5. Great cross.
It's your Lady Warhawks 22, Scott County Cardinals 5.
Well, what'd you think, Derek?
In halftime, we give away $50 if you think.
well, let's we as expected. Matt Walls's crew will flat get after you. They're going to be a problem for everybody when they're on the defensive end. He's got good length underneath. They can rebound it. They can shoot it. I know they're not getting a whole lot of competition from Scott County tonight. A very young Scott County team, but he coaches every possession. And I said earlier in the pregame, he's going to coach exactly how he played.
He is, and if that gets you, he's going to have to use his depth. I don't think this is going to be the only time this year that Great Crossing is in foul trouble. It's just going to be the style they play. And sometimes, I'm going to be controversial here, sometimes they don't let girls get away with that, and it's a shame.
Right.
Sometimes the game is called differently, and I'm not a big fan of that. But, hopefully they can adapt to whatever the situation is on a given night. I think they will. Sometimes that aggression will pay off, but sometimes if you get a crew that wants to clamp down as they are right now,
right,
it's gonna back you into a corner a little bit.
Young back in the ball game for Scott County.
Yeah, she needs to stay on the court. Steve Helton's pretty adamant about that.
Yeah,
rightfully so. When I talked to him in the preseason,
did she have 2 fouls? Is that what's that?
I believe she must have, because there was no other reason for her to be out of there. Left elbow jumper short for Smith, tipped around. Moore gave chase, but couldn't save it. It will stay with the Warhawks. (22-5) your score. Warhawks on top in the Battle of the Birds. They have won it the past 2 seasons. Scott County swept it in year 1. They met in the regular season twice, and then again in the 11th region semifinals. It's been a once-a-year thing since.
Right. Scott County needs to advance the ball, and they're dribbling an awful lot through the press. They need to advance the ball up floor.
Step back air ball 3, and Harrison on the rebound. Tried to get Smith, got it knocked away by Moore. Will stay with the Warhawks. 7:29 to play in the half. Great Crossing up 17 on its home court. Good crowd here tonight for night 1. Boys will take center stage on the road tomorrow night, both in Jessamine County. Great Crossing will be at West, and Scott County will be at East.
Both schools invading Nick Vegas tomorrow night.
Going down to N-Town. Drive past Automobile Row.
That's right.
Route 27.
The drag strip. I know you know where the drag strip was.
I worked at Cartown Kia ever so briefly before I got this gig. Yeah, ask me about that off the air sometime. Smith with 1 free throw. I wasn't great at the car sales game.
Oh, man.
But it was a job.
It's an art.
It's an art form for sure. Smith in and out with the second. Rebound comes down to Summers.
See if she would advance that right there instead of trying to. She knows the trap's coming because they're going to run and jump you every time. She advances that, throw it where the trap came from.
That will be another double bonus situation for Nehemiah Summers. Next foul will be a double bonus at the other end as well. So,
Cal, we are
strap in. We're going to be here a while.
We're going to witness some foul shooting tonight.
The Cards have yet to make a field goal. Summers rolls in their 6th free throw. It's her 3rd. Makes them both. 23-7. 7:24 to play. Second quarter.
You got to get back.
Touchdown pass to Tierney. A little hook and lateral.
That was a hook and ladder.
Missed by the hitch and pitch. Missed by Adriana Brown. Rebounded by Diamond Purcell. Got it to Tyree Young. Scott County with the ball has had some trouble both in the full court and especially in the half court with the trap. And now Helton will bail them out with a timeout, a 30.
Yeah, Coach Helton needs. I think they really needs to set up something where the girls are picking and screening and moving because all they're doing they can't get to the bucket. Great Crossing's defense is eating them up right now.
11th region boys score of some interest at halftime. Well, it's 11th and 13th region. North Laurel 39, Lexcalf 27. So that's a little.
I saw 3 or 4 Lexington Catholic players and coaches here the other night. Last Thursday night for the scrimmage.
The big man Reese Potter going to Miami of Ohio in their camp, so they've got high hopes as well. But North Laurel plays a really good team basketball. They're going to be a tough team to deal with. GRC beat them on Saturday in their second exhibition.
Beat Catholic.
Beat North Laurel.
Beat North Laurel.
but North Laurel had them for a half, I think. Drop off to Moore, drives through traffic, gets it blocked by Tierney, rebounded by the Warhawks. Adriana Brown finds Rachel Smith. Smith drives to the foul line, kicks it to Chapel Brown. Brown drives around the defender, floater, no good. Rebound Harrison, kick out to Tierney for three, short. Smith tried to chase it down, as did Summers. It will stay with the Warhawks off of red.
Scott County's going to have to block out here, Cal. I mean, their Great Crossing is shooting it and going and getting it.
Quick inbounds pass from Smith to Brown, who missed the three. Tyra Young rebound, baseball pass.
Good pass.
I think they're going to get one other than from the foul line as Malia Moore lays it in. Nice TD pass from Tyra Young there.
Real good pass. Saw the floor well right there and got a bucket out of it.
25-yard strike. Bounce
Nice
pass
pass.
inside. Beautiful from Smith to Harrison for the finish. 25-9.
Hey, that play works.
It is tried and true. You got a couple of 6-footers,
Yes, that play
and
works.
you are a good enough shooter to draw the defense, which Rachel Smith is. It works every time.
And what she's doing, she's coming off the screen. Well, it's just an old-fashioned screen and roll. They're screening. She's getting into the lane. Harrison and Barrett both are opening up, catching it, and laying it in.
It's funny how players look different when they get with different teammates and with better teammates. Let's be honest. I watched the JV game. Kenny Harrison was struggling getting short-range shots to go down, but now she's getting the ball where she needs to and is finishing.
Right.
There is a missed free throw from Scott County. From Alara Cobbins. Clock stopped at 5:46 here in the second quarter.
She's a little ball of dynamite, isn't she?
She is.
My goodness.
Makes what is the 8th free throw for Scott County out of its 10 points. 25-10.
Love how Coach Heldon always has something positive to say to the girls when they come off the court.
He knows he's going to have to take that route.
He has to. You're exactly right.
Smith, step back, finds Brown, Adriana Brown, now to Tierney on the right side. Tierney dribbling all over creation, loses it, and Moore takes it away on the run. Moore will take it to the basket, and they're going to call the block on Olivia Tierney. There was some hard contact either way. Tierney just couldn't get back in time to get her feet set.
Yeah, she fell right on top of her. There's no way that felt good.
Kayla Ray's going to check in with the 3 fouls because is that the first on Tierney? I've lost track. I don't trust this scoreboard.
Oh, no.
As it went out during the JV game, if you weren't watching.
Oh, count on it. It's going to happen again.
Tierney will sit down. The clock says that's her first foul, but I find it hard to believe anybody just committed their first foul if they started this game.
I think I got 2, Cal.
Tyra Young, offensive rebound off the second missed free throw, and Tyra puts it back up and in. Her first 2 points of the season cut it to 25-12.
13-point ball game. They've cut this thing.
Quietly sneaking back in, and Tyra Young with a save, but saved it to Adriana Brown, who finds Chapel Brown. And the Warhawks snap that run in a hurry.
The golden rule. Yeah, it's what Coach Helton's telling the veteran. He's saying, hey, either throw it back court or never throw it under the other team's basket back in bounds.
The Browns hook up with 5:05 to play to end that run. (27-12). Great Crossing on top in a foul fest. It was 22-5 after the first quarter, so a little modest advantage. They were on a 7-3 run before that.
A little 7-3.
You got to take what you can get.
Absolutely.
Steve Helton has kind of shaken up. He's used his bench liberally here and gotten some good minutes out of some people.
Well, and something else, Cal, that I just noticed. Did you notice no backcourt pressure? No press right there from Matt Walls out of the timeout. And I don't understand that because that's where he got his big lead.
Nice little follow for Summers off the miss from Tyra Young. She missed, however. Kirsten Young came in to try to clean up the mess, and it went out off of the Warhawks. Inbound to Moore. Moore finds Kirsten Young. Young Thought about driving through into the paint, thinks better of it, drops it off to Tyra Young for a wild shot. Flattened Ray, missed the shot, no call. On the run, Smith finds Harrison. Smith gets it back for the short jumper that's good. Smith with 5, 17-point lead once again for the Warhawks.
Kyra needs to let the game come to her, Cal. She's forcing it a little bit right now.
Kirsten Young, a 3 that looked good when she let it
It did
go,
look
but
good.
just in and out. Rebound, Rachel Smith. Kaylee Ray looked like she took a little step, but got it to Harrison. Harrison is 4 for 4.
Full timeout.
8 points, and Helton will call a 60. 31-12. I'm impressed with Kennedy Harrison. You know, she's someone that's going to have to step up if Reagan Barrett gets into foul trouble, and is just picked up right where Barrett left off.
Again, it's about when you play underneath like that, Cal. Majority of the time, it's all about being in the right positioning's everything in that lane, and she knows how to hold other girls off with her body, catch it, and lay the ball in. And it's you can tell that she's experienced and still very young.
Yes, a sophomore.
Her future is very bright.
You know, you can't teach 6 feet.
No, you can't.
That's something.
No, you can't.
That's something the good Lord gives you, and
right.
then you can work with it from there.
Speed and height are tough to defend.
And that's something that this team, they're going to have to get contributions out of both of them. Because, again, we'll bring up Franklin County because they are the bar in this 41st district and in this 11th region. And when you play them, it's a big physical battle. They always come up with 6'2", 6'3".
That machine over there just keeps.
Coach Thack has them rolling.
He really does.
I don't see any sign of anything changing in the near future. Their football team made it to the semi-state round in 4A. It was a crazy night the other night.
It was a crazy night.
Foul line jumper, no good for Mosby. Rebound, Ray.
I like that screen and that play right there. Got her. She got a good open shot right there, Cal.
Rachel
really
Smith
did.
Getting trapped in the backcourt by Moore and Kirsten Young a little bit. Got rid of it, and they get it to Harrison. Her first miss. She will dive on the floor for it. It'll be tied up with Kirsten Young. It's going to stay with the Warhawks.
I like Coach Walls' press offense right there. Scott County came with some full court pressure. He had someone come up through the middle, always get the ball in the middle, and then you have an open, fast break, have the numbers on the other end.
Maya Custard checks into the game for great crossing. Smith to Chapel Brown. Brown kicks it to the corner to Adriana Brown. And now back to Smith. Smith with 5 points, done a great job distributing the ball as well in this half. Bounces it inside to Chapel. Little hook is short. And a grab as Moore went after the rebound, and she got bumped by a Warhawk, and will go to the line.
Matt always teaching there on the sideline. I love that. Everything's a teaching moment.
Yeah, a lot of similar body language to his mentor, Mr. Billy Hicks.
Yep.
Would turn around and talk to anybody in particular
That's right.
throughout the game, whether it was assistant coaches or players. Malia Moore sinks her first free throw. 3 points in this quarter for Malia, cuts it to 18. Rolls in the second as well. Football score, 31-14, 3:18 to play in the half. Brown to Brown, Chapel has it. Step back three, good. Good as gold. Chapel Brown has 8 to match Kennedy Harrison's 8. That's a 20-point bulge.
As we laughed last year, there's going to be shot attempts by Chapel Brown when she's in the ball game.
She has never seen one. She didn't want
No.
Shot missed strong by Mosby. Rebound to Custard.
Good
2
pass.
on 1. Adri Brown misses the layup. Chapel Brown comes in for the rebound. Will get hacked and go to the line.
Cal, do you notice that she shoots a lot of left-handed shots? I didn't a minute ago. I was like, I didn't know she was left-handed, right-handed. But I go, I've seen her take plenty three-pointers that are right-handed, but she shot a left-handed shot in there earlier.
Ambidextrous.
Yes.
Misses the first free throw. Didn't see which hand she shot that with. misses or makes the second.
Nice.
And it's 35 to
She's
14.
got nice form, too.
She does. She's not going to miss many from the stripe. Team high 9 for Chapel Brown, the sophomore.
Scott County got bailed out right there. They're still trying to dribble the ball through the press instead of advancing it up. When the trap comes again, people might not know what I'm talking about. When the person comes to trap you, you send somebody, as Coach Walls was doing on his end, you send somebody up to the middle or where the trap came from and make a quick pass there to advance it.
I think Kaylee Ray just fouled out of this game. I'm serious. I think she just fouled out.
It says
no way. That's 3. Okay, they had 5.
It did have 5,
and now they've changed it to 3. At any rate, Claire Tierney has checked in for the first time at the varsity level.
Now is Claire? What year is Claire?
Freshman.
Freshman.
She's very good. 2 misses from the line. Chasing down the rebound is Kirsten Young. Tried to get it back to Banner. Stolen by Custard. Long pass high. And Tierney can't save it. Clock stops at 2:34. It has stopped a lot in this half. Kirsten Young dribbles through the token pressure. Gets it back. Thought about a 3. Now she'll find Belle Banner. Moore won't
Deep
take very
3.
long. Moore is a lot like Chapel Brown in that she likes to shoot. She's a high volume shooter. Missed it, and the rebound comes down to Rachel Smith.
I think Scott County should keep that's what I hear Coach Helton holler, is for the other guard to go and trap.
Adriana Brown with a sweet-looking 3 from the left corner. 38-14 at the 2 minutes to go mark here in the first half. Another assist for Rachel Smith, a reclassified senior who's, if she can stay healthy, going to be a weapon. There's a steal, tipped by Chapel Brown, found Custard, 3-on-1. Custard will take it to the rack. No good, but the putback for Adrian Brown. 5 quick ones for Brown.
I think the other teammates over running down the break are looking at Custer going, get the ball up.
There's some players on this team that like to get after it and get that ball. Like to shoot. They like to shoot is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, they do.
Like
especially in a game like this. When a game like this, Cal, everybody wants to score.
Licking their chops. They see the scoreboard. They say, "Hey, we're."
Because you're thinking, "Hey, I'm going to come out in a few minutes anyway." You know, they're going to get other people in, and you're not going to play that much.
Adriana Brown is going to go to the line for 2. Misses the first, too strong. Another Matt Walls teachable moment as he's got the other 4 players gathered around, using it as a de facto timeout. Don't need to worry about rebounding when you're up 26. Just get back and play defense.
Exactly right.
Brown misses both. Rebound to Banner. 26-point gap with 1:23 to play in the half. And another foul. That one's going to be on Chapel Brown.
It's either feast or famine for us. We've been through some halves where all of 20 minutes maybe, just
nothing. Yeah, just.
But if you get these, man.
This is a grind.
It is.
That's putting it nicely. Kirsten Young makes the first.
Of course, that's why we're making the big bucks here, Cal, right?
We are, too.
We're earning it.
I'm telling you what, we got free water and everything.
We're earning it.
Make money the old-fashioned way.
Earned it.
Young makes both. She has 4 points, all from the line. Only 2 field goals still for Scott County. They're down 40-16. Rachel Smith dribbles behind her back, finds Adriana Brown in the corner, bounces it inside to Tierney. Tierney threw it away, tried to get it back, stepped on the baseline.
Yep. She had the right idea. She caught it, but she turned baseline. She needs to probably check and see if she could turn back to the middle, but it's difficult to catch and turn back over your left shoulder into the middle. That's where the pressure should be coming from. She turned towards the baseline.
Under a minute to play in this first half. Micaiah Jackson with the ball. Kirsten Young with it. Trying to get it to Mosby. Stolen away, Adriana Brown. Custard up ahead to Smith for
nice
the easy
look.
lay-in. Smith was 7. The balance has been impressive for the Warhawks.
Another turnover.
Another steal. They have gone deep to the bench out
Good.
of necessity.
I like how Coach Walls just had Rachel Smith hold the ball up.
No need.
We're not trying to embarrass anybody here.
A team that's primed to have a breakout season here for Great Crossing, I think. There is a foul line jumper for Brown. That is good. Adriana Brown was 7 this quarter.
That brought rain.
Rainbow jumper. And the horn will sound on a first half that was all Great Crossing. 22 points in each chapter, and they lead 44-16. We'll get some halftime scoring stats.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's halftime. I'm going to come out here to the center court. My name is Dean.
North Laurel up 55-41 at the end of the third quarter in that boys game that we mentioned. Great Crossing jumped out 14-0 in this one, Derek, and it's just been kind of ugly after that. I mean, it's just no flow to the game, certainly with all the fouls.
Well, you got experience versus lack of experience.
You got the stats. Appreciate you. And we will see.
Yeah, you got 11th region contender against a very young Scott County team who is just learning. I mean, a lot of these girls have not seen varsity action before.
For the Lady Warhawks in the first half, Adriana Brown with a team high 9, 5 steals to go with it. 8 points for Kennedy Harrison with 8 rebounds. Chapel Brown, 7 points. Rachel Smith, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Reagan Barrett, 6 points in only 5 minutes. She has 2 steals. Ava Skierman with 3. She played only 2 minutes before she got her 3 fouls. Meredith Turner, 2 points. 3 points, 2 fouls for her. And a point for Olivia Tierney for the total of 44. 17 fouls for Great Crossing, 11 for Scott County. Cards were led by Malia Moore with 6, Kirsten Young with 4, Demaya Summers with 4, Alara Cobbins with 1, Allison Mosby with 1. The Cards were 1 for 19 from the field. Can that be right? I have them with 2 field goals, so I don't think that's right.
No. Scott County shooting 5% on the floor. That's a little rough.
Turnovers, a lot to 11 for Great Crossing. Nothing you really want to make a habit of, but 20 for Scott County. So if you're Steve Helton, you know what you're up against in this one. What do you say to your kids at halftime?
Stay positive like Coach Helton does. Again, lack of experience. Some of these girls have never seen the varsity action before. But you can make an adjustment on, hey, we're getting trapped. They're running and jumping. Here's what we need to do from there. You know, he needs to draw it up and show if your girl leaves you and goes to trap, throw away from the trap. And on the offensive end, let's screen, let's move, let's try to get, just try to get more opportunities to succeed on the offensive end.
And then Great Crossing, I mean, you're gonna. I think the fouls, as we said, are a little bit of a byproduct of the game, the style we're going to see out of them this year.
Well, yeah, as we see, anybody that plays Great Crossing this year, there's going to be fouls because they play so hard, and a la Coach Billy Hicks, they're gonna come at you, keep coming at you. They're gonna belly you up. They're gonna trap you. They're gonna try to get you to self-inflict turnovers. And I think as the season goes along, Coach Walls will see as the fouls are mounting up and he's losing players that he's gonna have to teach them, hey, we don't have to make contact in order for the other team to turn the ball over.
Tyra Young did not score for Scott County in the first half. That seems pretty significant. And she only got 2 shots. A lot of foul trouble was a factor in that, I believe. Let's see who all is in foul trouble.
I thought she did score.
You're right. That's the field goal they haven't credited anybody with here. They've got their stats are messed up. I'm telling you what. We have both stat teams working down there. I was reading off the sheet that they brought up for us, but that's not correct.
Right.
So next game.
They are 2 for 20 from the floor.
Yeah. We could read these stats, but
they're not pretty.
No.
All right, so guys, we'll see you Thursday night for our halftime.
Yeah, they credited more with a 2 that should have gone to Tyra. So that's where we're at. We fixed that.
Well, I also think they need to do something for Tyra. They need to get. I don't know. I'm a firm believer. You have a player like her. We need to, get some screens going. Try to get her in positions to score. Get her to the basket. She does good with going downhill towards the bucket, and at least try to draw some fouls. Get her to the line. Do something to get your best player some buckets.
There's a stat. Great Crossing had 17 steals in the first half.
Ooh.
17. 5 for Adriana Brown, 3 for Kaylee Ray, 2 for Maya Custard, 2 for Olivia Tierney, 2 for Reagan Barrett, 2 for Ava Stearman, who again played 2 minutes and 8 seconds. You have 3 starters that played 6 minutes or less due to the foul situation. Chapel Brown has 3 fouls. Kaylee Ray has 3, 2 each for Stearman, Turner, Tierney, and Barrett. On the other side, not quite as dire. Young with 3.
Yep.
Moore with 2.
Which is the one you don't want to have 3.
Those are the 2 you don't want to have in foul trouble, and they do, especially with the 3 for Tyra. What are you thinking we're going to see Saturday? That's going to be fun. That's going to be a good day of basketball, but especially the co-main event and the main event there at 5:45 and 7:30.
Yeah, I hope we see, as I'm sure you do too, see a Scott County team that comes out and really, talking to Coach Glenn, he's really excited about this team as he always is. He's that type of. He's very positive and he's going to see the best. He said, but when they come out every day and play hard and have great practices and the kids for so many years now, Coach Hicks would keep up. They do drills in practice where they have records of so many 3-pointers in a minute, and I mean really great shooting drills. Because everything, Cal, in practice should lead into what you're going to do in the game. You don't do stuff in practice that you do in a basketball camp to see who wins a milkshake or whatever. You actually implement shooting drills, shots that you're going to get in the game. And Coach Glenn has always done a good job with that. He loves the way these guys shoot the basketball. You and I have seen JZ Middleton. The kid has unlimited range, and there's not a lot of him. I mean, it's unbelievable how the kid can shoot the ball. So if you get Nick Mosby, Micah Glenn, JZ Middleton, you get those guys all on in a night. It's lights out for it's unbelievable. But the lack of size, they're going to have to do something to try to control the backboard. Because if you're not getting rebounds, it's going to be tough.
We saw what having so-called super seniors did for the football team. 3 offensive linemen who came back for a 5th year really made a lot of difference. And the basketball team has that going for them with Middleton, Mosby, and Glenn. All 3 5th-year seniors, and I think that's going to count for something. And it's a district that there's a lot of parity, I think, this year. I don't think Henry Clay is the team that they've been the past couple of years. Douglas lost the Barrett kid in the middle who gave them a lot of advantages. They've still got Kai Simpson, but it's going to be up for grabs.
It is.
And Scott County on any given night can light it up. We saw in their second scrimmage against Highlands, scored about 80 points.
And I'm sure Bryan Station's always been a thorn on our side. I think we played
all the time.
How many games you and I do where they didn't separate by? I think we did 3 games and they were separated by 4 points or something like that. It was
that year, the 2020 season where they won
yes.
Scott County won the 4th straight 11th region. There were some battles with Bryan Station just to get 2 regions. So you never count them out. Sayre has been improved over the past couple of years, so it'll be a battle. And then you got Great Crossing in the 41st. I think far and away everybody's favorite there, but
has to be.
Coach Steve Page is testing himself and his kids outside of that district in a big way this year. And Ashland's going to be, they have Cub Cath on Thursday night on the road, and then Ashland at home here this coming Saturday to get that off to a roaring start.
And that's what they do, because I was talking to someone the other night and just about Great Crossing is no secret anymore. You know, they're no secret at all. They where the guys were so young, they're young. Yes, they're young, but they're very experienced. They're young and experienced and full of talent.
We're getting the other stats now. We'll cross-reference them. Thank you. Yeah, these make more sense. Scott County is 2 for 22. Great Crossing 17 for 33. 51% versus 9% in the field. That will get you every time.
Yeah, we probably won't let's don't pass any stats on to the Scott County coaching staff.
Yeah,
But anyway, back to Saturday night. You know, I'm looking forward. Anytime you see Great Crossing play, you know, I know I'm fortunate enough to get to do a couple of their games this year. But I mean, what I saw the other night in the scrimmage, I was very impressed. Sometimes a coach is he has too much talent, and it turns into, you just hope it doesn't turn into personnel issues where trying to keep everybody happy, put it that way, and that's what's tough. And I don't envy Coach Page when it comes to that at all, because you want to say, guys, you guys are so good, just play basketball. But if you let anything like that creep into your locker room, Cal, we all know what it does.
Well, he has flatly stated that that's going to be his biggest challenge. And you know, you see it at every level of basketball.
Sure.
You see super teams at the NBA level that don't achieve what the sum of their parts should achieve because of those issues. I don't think that'll happen. I think as time goes by, those guys are just going to be too good and fit too well together, and it's going to be a fun season.
Well, we haven't even started and got our first whistle already. All right.
Yeah, we got to figure out whose possession it is. They had to confirm that it is indeed Scott County's, and Bell Banner will inbound to Tyra Young, and we're underway in this second half here on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. Cal Oaks, Derek Varney. Young tried to force it into Young, and it was tipped off of Kirsten Young back to Great Crossing.
They came out with a set play there, Cal. They had
set play, but another turnover.
Right. Tyra doesn't have just because the girl cuts back door does not mean she has to throw that. But I would definitely have someone coming up and ball screening for Tyra to get her to the bucket.
Great Crossing passes through the Scott County pressure. Barrett tried to put it off the glass. No good. It will go to Scott County on the rebounding action off of Tierney. Third quarter action, 28-point gap. See if Scott County can keep it from getting to 35 and speeding this thing up. It's not going to get any easier for the Cards. They've got to go to Lafayette for their second game. There's a miss for Young. Skierman with the rebound, 3-on-2. Ava will take it with a Euro step and draw the contact and go to the line. Foul on Kirsten Young.
Tyra can't miss a shot on one end and get disappointed and be the last one down court. That's what I know. Coach Helton does not want to see that, and that's just not a good look. She's going to get pressured. She's going to miss buckets, but be a senior, be a leader, and show the other ones how you bust your butt back down court and play defense.
Ava Skierman. She had a 3-point play early in this game and then sat most of the first half with a couple of fouls. She rolls this free throw in. 45-16, 7:14 remaining third quarter. Great Crossing on top. Girls battle of the Birds as they look for their third consecutive win in the series. Skierman airballed that one mad at herself. Good-natured sort of mad as she knows her team's up 29. She can crack a smile.
Now, we talk about Barrett being 6 foot. Ava's a good 5'8", 5'9". She's got to be.
And she has been that since her 8th grade year.
Yeah.
She's definitely physically stronger than she was.
She very much is.
As she forces the turnover there. That's what you want to see out of someone who misses, as you said. Get back, play defense.
Yep.
Make something happen for your team, and Ava did it there. She will drive and kick to Rachel Smith for the three in the right corner. That's off. Tyra Young rebound.
Right there is why Rachel Smith likes seeing Ava Skierman stay in the ball game, because she gets good open looks because Ava's going to go to the bucket.
Tyra over the top to Malia Moore for the floater that's off the rim. No good. Banner hustles for the rebound and will get fouled. Bell Banner to the line for 2. Banner, a freshman, and it's her 3rd year on the varsity already. As they're young, but they've got some experienced youth. some of these freshmen and sophomores have played multiple seasons and gotten a taste of this level. And I'm sure Steve Helton was looking ahead even then and knew that this was going to be the reality.
Yeah, and you know what? As a coach, you don't even like thinking about that, but
he says he doesn't like to use the term rebuilding, but
right.
he will say rebranding
right.
because that's what they're in right now.
It makes for long nights. It really does.
Banner makes both. 45-18 your score. Bounce pass from Turner. Barrett couldn't get a handle on it. Got knocked away by Kirsten Young and Tyra Young.
Reagan needs to sit down right there, Cal. Did you see where she was still moving kind of towards the ball? If she sits down and brings that in, she's going to score.
She will turn around and have an uncontested layup. Turner will trying to lob it in from the corner, finds Smith. Smith back to Skierman.
Coach Walls has some really good out-of-bounds undersets that I recognize from somebody that he played for before.
Walls on the 2007 state championship team as the baseline drive by Olivia Tierney for two. That's her first field goal. 47-18. Funny how those guys that were on state championship teams become good head coaches.
Exactly right.
Smith trying to take it all the way to the rim, gets fouled, will go to the line.
Never a doubt about Matt. He was a coach on the floor. He really was.
Same as A.W. Hamilton
yes.
from the 98 team.
Yes.
That's obviously who I had in mind from the other one.
And I think Matt may, my personal opinion, if he wants to move on, this is he's going to be able to get a good coaching job, whether it stays with boys or girls. But I think I know what he wants to do, and I don't think he'll have any problem achieving that.
Smith makes both. He's going to be in this game for a very long time. And this Great Crossing girls team is looking strong on opening night, up 31.
And don't jinx us by saying it, Cal.
Yeah, I'm not going to say a word. I'm not saying a word. I've been looking at the clock. This has been a very long 2+ quarters. It is 8:52 already, bro. 8:52.
Wow.
On a Monday night. And we have 5:57 to go in the third quarter. Inbound to Tyra Young. Tyra Young drives to the right baseline, falls down hard. There will be a foul called there. Beyond Meredith Turner. Tierney picked up her fourth foul not long ago, and now Turner picks up her third.
Coach Helton still has them in their out-of-bounds under. I like that. Still coaching.
And great defense in the corner there, forcing a timeout.
That used to not be, coaches used to not be able to do that.
Right. Now they can. About 3 or 4 years ago, they changed it so the coach could yell for the timeout for the bench and bail out the player. I'm not crazy about it, but it is what it is. I mean, it's hard for the officials to hear it, for one thing, and with there's a bigger crowd than this. (49-18) your score. Great Crossing is going to be 1-0 at night's end, and they will have a couple of challenging home games. One in particular is they'll host GRC on Thursday night. GRC certainly a contender to win the 10th region and the state as well, both in girls and boys.
They have some good things going on over there. And
Win Vegas has got it figured out right now. Of course, when you have a Division I college facility, it makes your program appealing.
How many of the boys players come back off that team? Majority of them.
3 out of the 5 starters, I believe. Josh Cook has done just an incredible job over there. Jerome Morton, who is signed with Moorhead State, will be the star of the bunch. They've got some good ones.
Are they on both Crossing and Scott County schedule this year?
They are. In fact, Great Crossing boys could play them twice. They could play them semifinals at King of the Bluegrass, and there's also a trip to Winchester after Christmas, I believe. Tyra Young, 3, no good, a little long.
First good look she's had.
Diamond Purcell hustled for the rebound. Moore picked it up, missed the shot short. And it will go out of bounds to the Warhawks. Yeah, last year GRC came in here and Great Crossing gave them all they wanted for 3+ quarters on AFC Championship Sunday, as I recall. Got home in time to watch the Bengals win.
Right.
Barrett put back. She's got 8. 33-point lead, but who's counting? 5:10 to play. Third quarter. Scott County in the half-court offense. Smith guarding Banner. Banner tried to force it in. Stolen by Skierman. 3-on-2 again for the Warhawks. Ava going to take it right to the hoop, drop it off to Turner, and then Barrett with the third opportunity, foul on the floor.
Scott County's doing, you know what? They're running an offense, but they're throwing passes that aren't there. They know what they're doing, but Great Crossing just seems to be that much more advanced on the defensive end.
Something that only comes with game repetition.
Yes.
Ray tried to force the ball, and the inbounds pass to Smith cutting toward the hoop. It went off of Rachel. Back to the Cards. Lady Cards have it down 33, 4:48 to play third quarter. Still 2 field goals in the game for Scott County. Tough to hang around when you're shooting that way. Moore leaves it short again.
Yeah, it's a
Smith, rebound, long pass, Skierman, and that will get us to 35. Cue up the Hallelujah chorus.
Ava really didn't need that dribble, but then I think she sometimes surprises herself. She goes so hard, she needs to dial it back sometimes.
Scott County with it. And another whistle.
I don't think the referee understands. It's okay. It's
so,
okay.
he also didn't convey the message about the running clock.
Right.
On the score table.
Either coach does not care if he blows the whistle again. Yeah, he did. Now he just said running clock.
Still not running. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's signaling again. There we go. 53-18. Scott County with the reset.
I was going down to get the clock man's attention if the referee did not.
I was going to leave my headset right here and run down the stairs. Wild shot, rebounded by Jackson. Tyra for 3, tried to bank it in. No, I don't know if she tried or not, but it went off the glass, no good. Rebound, Rachel Smith. Going to be a tough night to pick the Clark's Bump and Shot player of the game with the balanced scoring, but I think Rachel's well on her way with all the little things she has done to facilitate. Can't roll in that 3, rattled it in and out. Chasing down the rebound in the corner is Kaylee Ray, getting it to Chapel Brown. Rachel thought about another 3. Now she'll drive and dish to Ava Skierman. Long on her attempt, rebound Chapel.
Good pass.
Ray drive and dish to Barrett, who gets tied up by Banner. Will stay with the Lady Warhawks. 3:11. The clock still shouldn't stop, guys.
There's not a whole lot of Banner, but do you notice her effort is all, she's on every loose ball. She really gets after it.
Somebody's got to communicate the running clock rules. I know everybody kind of forgets. It's still kind of preseason mentality for everybody.
Step back.
Rachel misses the 3. Rebound to Banner. Fighting
there you
for
go.
Is Chapel Brown. She's going to get whistled for her 4th foul. Everybody got 4 fouls in this game right now.
Yes. I know Matt wants his girls to get up and down the floor, get in game shape, but might want to clear his bench here shortly. And there's his cut double screen right there for Tyra. She needs to go hard off that.
They're going to get a foul.
Yeah.
On Kaylee Ray, her 4th.
So Lexington Herald leader had Great Crossing boys number 1 in the 11th region today.
Yeah. Cat's Paws did also. KSR has them number 5 in the state. Louisville Courier Journal has them number 7. I didn't see the Herald leader top 25.
How many top 5 or 11th region? Catholic and
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Catholic's pretty clear number 2. I think Madison Central and Catholic are 2 and 3.
Ah,
Long pass from Skirman to Barrett for the and 1. Barrett in double digits with 10.
clock is running.
I think Reagan got poked in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying, I'm good, I'm good. Clock stops for the injury, I guess. I really don't think they've gotten the message yet about the running clock. And 2 different officials have tried to convey that message.
Clock
They haven't even started it with the inbound pass. I mean, it's actually going in the other direction here right now, folks. We're prolonging the agony.
He's getting ready to catch a water bottle down there.
No comment after the football game.
Oh.
Tyra Young. She needed that one. She'll get on track. 56-20. Speaking of that football game, good news on the Scott County front. I saw Brian Hudson graded out as the top center in the country for the 2nd time this season.
Wow.
PFF.
He's going. His Sundays are going to be. Yeah.
He's going to play on Sunday.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
hope you all know that.
He is I saw him with a couple pancakes on Saturday.
That was the thing. You know, even though his team lost that game, every time I would turn around and watch, he was pushing somebody down the field. Never get knocked off his own feet.
Nope.
Tearing down the offensive rebound here is Reagan Barrett. And finally, the clock runs when it's supposed to. Held ball to Scott County, 56-20 in the final 30 seconds of the 3rd period. We'll be back on the air Saturday with a doubleheader. Scott County Eastern boys at 5:45. Great Crossing Ashland boys at 7:30. Both part of the Jersey Mike's Classic here at GCHS. I'll be joined by Derek once again for the Scott County game and Keith Greiser for the Great Crossing tilt. Time's going to run out here in the 3rd quarter. 2 seconds, 1 second. Ava going to try the Cooper Robb shot from downtown. Front rim, no good.
That's going to be known as the Cooper Robb. Anybody who shoots it is going to be known.
That is going to live in infamy or infinity, as it were. They'll be talking about it around here forever. 56-20 with 8 minutes to play. Hopefully 8 real-time minutes. Whoop. I typed final score. That was wishful thinking on my tweet.
North Laurel and Catholic?
No, Great Crossing, Scott County. I said I typed final instead of end of 3rd quarter. Multitasking here. The final in the North Laurel game, the Jaguars won that one 77-65. So Reed Shepard and crew start off with a win, an impressive win over an 11th region. One of the 11th region favorites, top 3 for sure. Reagan Barrett with 10 points. Rachel Smith has 9 points. Skirman up to 6. Harrison with 8. Chapel Brown 9. Adriana Brown 7. It's been that kind of night.
Do we go Reagan Barrett or who do we go with? You said Rachel.
I think we go. I just like the overall game Rachel's played. I mean, she may be on her way to a triple-double at this point. I mean, she may not get to the 10 points because of the substitution pattern here in a very quiet, quick, hopefully 4th quarter.
Little offense out of the timeout.
Claire Tierney with it. We've got a new 5 on the floor, the younger 5, as Adriana Brown gets it knocked away by Tyra Young. Saved. 3-pointer. Kendall Kearney with the 3.
She's got to be, what, 9th grade?
I think 7th, actually. I'd have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure.
She is little bitty.
We're looking at a 5-foot 7th grader there.
She is little bitty.
3 chances, and finally one goes down on the offensive glass for Scott County. Addison Paul. I'd have to look at the height and year roster again. Kearney, 5-foot 7th grader indeed. A miss and a long pass chased down by Custard, but thrown away. Scott County will get a shot out of it and a foul. A shooting foul at that. Clock stops.
And why? I don't guess he's noticed.
No.
You know, you got the one clock here in this beautiful arena that I mean, when they're playing, they literally have to look up above them instead of on the wall.
Nice form on the 2 free throws for Allison Mosby.
Yep, beautiful.
And they're going to have a chance for a 3-point play.
The hoop.
And the harm. As Gary Ball would say, the soup and the sandwich.
Soup and the sandwich.
Missed the free throw, but getting the rebound and tipping it was Custard to the younger Tierney, Claire. So they got a 4-point play out of that deal, essentially.
Yes, they did. Long 3 from deep.
Whoosh. Allison Mosby looking like Nick Mosby there. That's the 4th field goal of the night, 5th field goal of the night for Scott County to make it a 63-27 game. Tied up. The bounce pass was intended for Tierney. Getting her hands in there was Diamond Purcell, and it will go to the Lady Cards under 6 minutes.
As the clock continues.
Thank goodness. Drive through traffic from Mosby. She's having herself a second half. 7 points in the 4th quarter, 8 overall. She was the leader in the JV game, probably going to be in the varsity game too for Scott County. 63-29.
7:46 to go in the second quarter. Pittsburgh Steelers 13. Indianapolis Colts nil.
The Jeff Saturday regime
Yes,
hitting a little snag in game 3. Tierney just a little too close underneath, had a tough angle and missed that layup. It got tied up on the rebound. It will stay with the Warhawks. Five minutes to play. Bounce pass from Custard to Tierney. A right elbow jumper, good form, but missed.
Nice form. That's
strong rebound for Adriana Brown.
Adriana Brown, very athletic. She grabbed that and bounced right back up.
She was one of those middle school players that got some varsity time last year. Seeing her game has taken off by leaps and bounds. A little hesitation dribble there for Purcell, and then dribble it off her foot for a turnover. Clock ticking with 4:30 to play in the game. 65-29, GC over SC. Scott County has got a challenging week. They've got Lafayette. They play Southwestern on Saturday. That's a 12th region contender down there. And there's a Friday game mixed in there, too, against one of the Jessamines. It's not going to be easy for Coach Helton early in the season or at any point.
Let's hope they learn and sneak one.
Steal by Maya Custard all alone. Banks it off the glass and in for the layup. Maya Custard with 8. Everybody and their sisters got 8 on this team tonight. 67.
Love how you said this and their sister. Nice. Cal with the court awareness.
We try to keep it. I'll stop there. I won't go to person defense. I'm going to call it man to man.
Right.
But I'll go with the everybody and their sister.
Yeah, I say man to man or guarding their man or.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's just a word.
Right.
Steal. Kearney and 1. 7th grader, folks. 5 points and counting in this 4th quarter. 69-29. All Warhawks. Missed the free throw. Rebound, Addison Paul had it knocked away. First by Tierney, then picked up by Kearney on the carom. Missed the layup. Paul with another rebound. Kearney takes it away. Gets it to Tierney.
They all have live hands.
They do.
They really do. And that's that's
it's
how
been
Matt Walls. That's how he teaches defense.
And again, they have adapted a little bit. Now, granted, the running clock and the foul totals are going to be different because of that, but it's a little cleaner game this second half as everybody has figured out what's going to get called and what's not when you play handsy defense. Claire Tierney to the line, tucks in her jersey.
That's okay because I think she knows the clock's running.
We all know it. We're all okay with the reality of that at this point. Ball goes out of bounds after the miss. Under 2 minutes to play in a 40-point game. Another steal by Maya Custard, who's going to get into double digits if she can make these 2 free throws. She'll have to earn them the hard way as Cobbins got the foul. Now we're at the generous running clock where it doesn't even stop during the free throws, which I like. Custard misses. Makes the second to put it at the 70-point threshold, 70-29. Scott County ticking down to a minute left in this one. And
you see the future's bright for Coach Walls.
Yep, he's got waves coming in.
Yes, he does.
Get it done. And they've been playing against a lot of varsity players, a lot of varsity starting 5 on the Scott County side. Not now, but at other points in the game. A loose ball and a tie-up. It will go back in the direction of Great Crossing.
Winding it down.
Winding it down on opening night. Great Crossing 1-0, Scott County 0-1. The schedule's going to be tough for both teams the rest of the week, but Great Crossing knows what's coming, and they've got to feel good about what they have to go up against it. There's a miss by Kearney and an opportunity by Tierney that was blocked.
Nice block.
Steal by Adriana Brown, up ahead to Claire Tierney for the 2. 72-29. I got to believe that's probably going to be your final. Helton wants to push it up the floor. He's not done. There's a shot from the other Mosby sister that's no good.
Coach Helton wasn't too mad about not advancing the ball up floor right there.
That was the loudest he'd been all
Yes,
night.
he is.
He was frustrated by that. I think.
He really was.
Doesn't want his team to give up. Wants them to play all 32 minutes. 72-29 is your final. Your Clark's Pump and Shop player of the game, point guard Rachel Smith. We'll spread those around as the season goes. I got a feeling we're going to have a hard time making that pick in this on this team all season long. They're going to spread it around.
We'll be distributing quite a few of those this season to different players on this Warhawks squad.
Sherman will get hers.
Oh, yeah.
And so on and so forth. Olivia Tierney and more and more and more. But Scott County going to be back to the drawing board a little bit as they had a tough night shooting the ball and a tough night with Great Crossing's half-court trap.
Yeah, and they're going to have their struggles this year because, again, youth, you can't that's something you can teach, but when they're going against 11th region teams night in and night out, it is going to be a struggle. But let's just hope they learn and they got the right man teaching them, and Coach Helton. Great
Crossing, Barrett 11, Adriana Brown 9, Smith 9, Chapel Brown 9, Harrison 8. Where's Custard? Custard's got a bunch in there. They've got a bunch with 5. Kearney, Custard, Skierman with 6 in very limited minutes, leading Scott County. Allison Mosby with 8. Shooting-wise, 16.2% for SC, 6 for 37.
Yeah, the turnover department is a little tough on them too.
It was rough, 24-11, doubled them up in that category. For Derek Varney, I'm Cal Oakes. Your final score one last time. Great Crossing wins at 72-29 over Scott County. Opening night girls action. James Scoggin helping us here in the booth with photography and production. I want to thank Mike Scoggin and DT Wells also. We'll be back with you Saturday night. Big boys doubleheader, 5:45 and 7:30 right here at Great Crossing. Scott County in the first one, Great Crossing in the second one. Till then, good night, God bless. Have a good one, everybody. Holy Moses.
Another fun one.